God bless you all today in Jesus' mighty name. Today we're going to be talking about Christ's Mass, or if you look at it backwards, the massacre of Christ. Now, this is not a live about I'm righteous and you aren't. You should be doing what I'm doing and all of that. No. This is a where are we at and where are we headed and what are we doing live. That's what this live is. Okay. Before we say anything or do anything, I would just like to give all honor and credit and glory to the Father by way of Jesus Christ and the workings of the Holy Spirit. What is this season? What is the spirit behind the season? How many different junctures are coming together to create this moment? We're going to talk about it and reveal it in scriptures. I thank the Lord for the word, because without it, we have no understanding. The Lord said, lean not upon your own understanding, but in all your ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct your paths. Amen. And I believe that all answers to life can be found in the word of God. Jesus Christ said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. You follow him, you will not walk in darkness, you will live eternally, and no one gets to the Father except through him. So when we're discussing this season and this spirit behind this season, we must first understand that this world is backwards. It has a backwards way of living, okay? And then when we understand that, we'll really understand that Christmas and the celebration of it, really they're celebrating the massacre of Christ and everything that has to do with Christ, okay? So let's start off in Jeremiah 7 and 24, shall we? We're going to start in Jeremiah 7 and 24. Let's go down here. But they hearken not, nor incline their ear, but walked in the counsels and in the imagination of their evil heart. And they went backward and not forward. See, this world is going backwards. This is why the word says many times, come ye out of the world. Do not love the world, the things in the world. If you have made yourself a friend of the world, you are an enemy of God. Now, let me just show you how it is all backwards. And when I look at Christmas, I see it as the massacre of Christ, the celebration of the massacre of Christ collectively. A lot of people may not see it like that. And a lot of people's understanding may not have been heightened to be able to see it like that. And I'm not saying that I'm greater than you or I have a better understanding than you or nothing like that. This is not a I'm righteous and you aren't live. This is not me judging you by keeping a day. I'm just showing you what the scriptures say, and I'm giving you what God has me at this point in my walk. You may agree with some things, you may not. Let's go to Exhibit B. Okay. What I'm showing you is that this world lives backwards. Okay. They head backwards, they don't progress forward, and they live backwards. Okay. You remember this crew crisscross? And they wore their clothes backwards. You see the front pockets is in the back. The front of the jersey is in the back. Everything was back. See, all of this is by plan and it's by design. Really, this is Ray Schrummert, the crew Ray Schrummert. They changed their name and came back out again many years later, and people don't even realize that. You see the word cross. You see the word Chris. Remember we had been talking about everybody hates Chris and why they put that out? See, this thing go deeper than what people think, man. It go way deeper than what people think. Let me go down here. Crisscross means what up is down, or up is down, left is right, and the inverse is the adverse. That's who we are, says Crisscross. That's why we wear our clothes this way. They said that's who we are. So this is what I'm trying to tell y'all. This world is backwards, and they don't mind being backwards. This is who we are, they say. We will change for no one, not even God. Let's continue. We're going to get to a lot of things in this live, man. Okay? We're going to get to a lot of things. And one of the people who are kind of like masters at that backwards thing is Oprah Winfrey, right? This is why she's paid He, she, doesn't matter to me. This is why they're paid the way that they are, because Harpo, which was one of the main characters in Color Purple, the word backwards is Oprah. Her show, OWN, backwards is NWO, New World Order, right? And there's many other accounts, right, where they do this backwards thing all the time. So I'm telling you that when this world puts out Christmas, you must read it backwards. It's the massacre of Christ, celebration of the massacre of Christ. Okay, they do everything backwards. I mean, the Bible told you that they're going to take evil for good and good. Let's go there really quick. Okay, hold on. Before we go there, excuse me. Before we go there. Okay. No, that ain't what I want. Bear with me. Okay. That's what I wanted. You're moving with your auntie and uncle in Bel Air. I begged and pleaded with her day after day, but she packed my suitcase. What else she do? Send me on my way. She gave me a kiss and then she gave me my ticket. She gave you a ticket. Why the ticket upside down? And why is this a man playing the role of a woman? Why is this ticket upside down? This ticket is upside down the same reason crisscross clothes was on backwards, and they told you this is the way that we are. This is how we are. The same way Harpo backwards is Oprah, and Oprah was in the same movie. The same way martial law is Walmart. Walmart, martial law, you read it backwards, okay? These people are backwards, man. They got a backwards way of living. So much, let's go to Isaiah 5 and 20. Let me show you. Isaiah 5 and 20. God bless you if you're just not coming into the room. God bless your families. I'm going to reiterate this once again. This is not a live saying I'm greater than you, or I'm better than you, or I'm righteous and you ain't. I'm not even judging you about keeping a set and a day to the Lord. I'm just showcasing some things that I see in the word that God has showed me by way of the Spirit over the course of my walk. And you could take in and digest it how you like. You know, I'm not out to change you. No man can change. No man changes. God changes the man. Isaiah 5 and 20. Okay. Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. You know, people gonna look at me as evil right now because I speak against what the world collectively sees as good. I want you to digest that, what I just said. People will look at me as evil right now because I speak against what the world collectively sees as good. You know, Christmas has become a holiday geared towards what? The gratification of one's flesh. For the most part. And I say for the most part because a lot of people see it in different layers. They see, it's just a celebration of Jesus' birth. You know, but I'm saying for the most part, y'all, if we all can be honest, it has been geared towards the gratification of one's flesh. What does the word say in James 4 and 3? Let's go there really quick. Let me drop this down. James 4 and 3. You ask and you receive it not because you ask amiss, so that you can consume it upon your lust. See, we're going to talk in a minute about the difference between a genie and the true and living God. See, if you got a genie and a genie is your God, you can ask a genie to give you something to fulfill your lust. Because it's a genie. But when it come to God, God say we don't. I think God holds a lot of things back from us, y'all, because it will destroy us. Okay? It'll destroy our relationship with him. It can destroy our relationship with others. And it can destroy us. This is why a lot of things he holds back from us. So we're going to show that this thing is geared towards the fulfilling of the desires of the flesh and is not of God. If you continue in Isaiah 5 and 21, the Lord tells you they go after things of their own flesh. After the flesh. They mind the things of the flesh. Woe unto them, because we just came from they mix, or they say that evil is good and good is evil. Woe unto them that are wise in their own eyes and prudent in their own sight. Woe unto them that are mighty to drink wine, and men of strength to mingle strong drink, which justify the wicked for reward and take away the righteousness of righteous, or the righteousness of the righteous from him. I love that. Because man will go no further than their own thoughts and their champions and their idols. If you want to see where a person is headed, look at their idol. Man goes no further than the champions and their idols that they have exalted. They will go no further than that. And the Bible say what? They're wise in their own eyes. Okay. Let every man be convinced in his own mind, right? Let's go to Proverbs. Proverbs 3:7. What does it say? Be not wise in your own eyes. Fear the Lord and depart from evil. Okay. Proverbs has a lot of meat in it, because if you go from Proverbs 3 to Proverbs 21 and 2, every way of a man is right in his own eyes, but the Lord pondereth the heart. See, the Bible says that people are drawn away by the counsels of this world. You cannot let everybody counsel you. What is counsel? People sitting down telling you what the difference between right and wrong, what's right, what's good, what God allows. You cannot let everybody counsel you. Proverbs 3:5. Trust in the Lord with all thine heart and lean not unto thine own understanding. Because if I try to get my earthly understanding involved, then a lot of things that is wrong will seem right. If I try to get my earthly understanding involved, I start saying there's nothing wrong with a man coming down a chimney. There's nothing wrong with me telling my child that. At least they're excited. At least they're filled with joy. There's nothing wrong with me going in debt trying to showcase my love for others. There's nothing wrong with these. And one thing I learned, I'm 37 years old. I haven't been here as long as a lot of other people may have, but I have learned something. If man has made up in their mind that they truly want to do something, you're not going to stop them. God can stop them in their tracks, but you ain't going to stop them. You see? If we are unsure about a thing, what do? We take it to God, don't we? As believers, as those who have a desire to be pleasing unto God, if we're unsure about a matter, what do? We take it to God. A lot of people going to see what their favorite YouTuber or online influencer is saying. If the online influencer say it's okay, go ahead and do it, then they go do it. Because they've looked up to this online influencer and they deem them as mighty men and women of God, and they just go and they say, let me go see what they say about it. And not one time do they open up the Bible to go and search it out. They don't follow with them through the scriptures. None of that. If they just say it out their mouth, man, it's okay to go and do that, they go and do it. Boom. There you go. Simon says, remember, Simon was a sorcerer who had everybody in the city thinking he was a man of God. And this way you get the phrase today, Simon said it, so do it. Simon said it. They would go through that city like, Simon said it, Simon said it. If Simon said it, it was right. No. Let's go to Jeremiah. Simon. Jeremiah 10:1. Hear ye the word of the Lord unto the house of Israel. Thus said the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen. Now, he said, learn not the way of the heathen. If the way of the heathen is to drink pints of blood from a human's body every day, should we do it? No. If the way of the heathen is to toss your children into a burning fire and pray to Molech, should we do it? No. So let's see what this way of the heathen was. Be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them. For the customs of the people are vain. For they cut a tree out of the forest, the works of the hand of the worksman with the axe. They deck it with silver and gold. They fasten it with nails and with hammers that it move not. They are upright as the palm tree, but speak not. Don't be afraid of them. Hey, it's not in them to do good, the Bible says. So some people may ask, how is Christmas celebration then bad? The celebration of the massacre of Christ when it was already decorating the trees before the crucifixion. Ah, glad you asked. Well, This is what you have to understand. There has been a coexist going on out here for a long time. Okay. Do you remember what coexist is, or do we have to refresh that? Let's refresh that then before we move on. Because people are forgetting things because people don't talk about them no more online. So their memory has been wiped away like Men in Black. They flashed the Men in Black symbol in your face and it got wiped away. You see this right here? You see the conversion of all these different faiths? And don't get it twisted. That cross is not the true believers. Okay? That's the false bride church. Okay? You see this? You see Buddhism and all this stuff in here? Islam. And then you got the LGBT mixing it in and diverging it too. See, you got the Ankh chain. They got the Ankh on, but they don't know who their father is. You see? So all this stuff is divergent. So what I'm telling you, if somebody asks me, well, how could the Christmas celebration today be the same thing when they was already hanging the trees up in Jeremiah? Because what you see today as the Christmas celebration is a collage. A collage of what? Customs, traditions, and practices of all the enemies of God combined. It's a coexist celebration where all the nations get involved. You understand it now? Let's go to Revelations 11. Revelations 11. Let's go to verse 7. And when they had finished their testimony, the beast that ascended out of the bottomless pit shall make war against them and shall overcome them and kill them, and their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt, also where our Lord was crucified. And they of the people and kindreds of what? The tongues, the kindreds of all the nations shall see their dead bodies there days and a half, and shall not suffer their dead bodies to be put in graves. And they that dwell upon the earth shall rejoice over them and make merry, and shall send gifts one to another. Why? Why they sending gifts and being so merry, y'all? Because the two prophets that tormented them that dwelt on the earth, they supposedly have died now. Okay, this is why they're giving gifts to each other and being merry, because the two witnesses, they say now the two witnesses are out of the way. Okay, I believe the two witnesses is the law and the prophets. Now, how those two witnesses gonna take on bodies, I don't know. Now, I'm not afraid to tell you when I don't know something in the Word of God. It's many things in the Word of God. I don't know how Elias came as John. I don't fully understand that portion. I don't fully understand a lot of stuff in the Word of God. But what the Lord has given me understanding on, I will share it. I don't understand how the law and the prophets going to take on bodies and be laying in the streets and be able to be seen by all tongues, nations, and kindreds. But it will happen. And it is happening. Okay? What will happen is happening and has happened. Okay? So they're going to send gifts and be merry, and they say have a merry massacre Christmas. Massacre Christmas. Have a merry one. Let's talk about that tree. Because like I told you, I want to talk about the eggnog to the elf shoes to the tree. And I want to bring it all into clarity, right? By using the scriptures, my personal experience, and what God got me right now. Let's talk about that tree. Doesn't the Bible depict us as trees? It say, be like a tree planted by the rivers of water. You will know a tree by its fruit. Christ gave the man sight in the Bible. He looked up, he saw men walking around his trees. He had to dial back, in a sense, his sight. And then he saw everybody regular, how we sin with fleshly bodies. Okay? Let's go to 1 Chronicles 16 and 33. Let me wipe this off real quick. Then shall the trees of the wood sing out at the presence of the Lord. See, this is what we got to understand, man. Everything worships God. The flower worships God. But this is why the flower is more arrayed than a lot of people. The flower is more arrayed than Solomon in all his glory. Why? Why bag is the flower in the field arrayed more than Solomon in all his glory? Because a flower itself represents obedience unto God. A flower don't move. It does exactly what it's supposed to do. It grows when you put water on it and it dies out at a specific time. It represents obedience. Solomon defied God in his walk. Show me what a flower defies God, unless God walk up and wither the flower and say nothing else will come from you, like he withered the earthly establishment out here, which was that fig tree, that physical fig tree, because they were supposed to produce fruit unto God, and they dropped the ball, and they dropping the ball now when they roll them Christmas trees in there, and they're gonna drop the ball again. Every year they dropping the ball. That's why I follow Christ. I don't follow man. I don't follow no institution. I don't follow no club. I don't follow no organization. And people hate that I say that. They say, man, you living out here lawless. You going AWOL from the body. No, I'm not. Because every time I worship God in spirit and in truth, I'm popping up at the feet of Christ with all the rest of the believers. How am I forsaking the assembly? How am I going AWOL? You don't get it. You will not worship at this mountain or at the temples, but in spirit and in truth, said Christ. You don't understand Christ. Okay? So he said, yeah. So this deceptive holiday proves unless the tree is dressed in gold and silver and bearing many gifts, we don't exalt it. Do y'all hear what I'm saying? We just went to where the Bible said we're like trees, right? This world proves, y'all, unless that tree is draped in silver and gold, we don't worry about it. We're not worried about it. Watch this. Get to it today. You see? Unless the tree, unless the tree is draped in silver and gold, we ain't worried about it. Let that sink in. And also, the same way we take that, right? The same way we taking trees out of their natural habitat and dressing them up. And that's why we so used to taking trees and dressing them up and admiring them while they're taken out of their original habitat and dressed up. We admire these things, don't we? Oh, man, we love it. We love it in this land, man. You can't take it from us, man. Let's go to Ezekiel 16, 9 through 15. Ezekiel 16, 9 through 15. There we go. You remember what the Lord did unto Israel? He told you what he did. He said, I washed you with water. I washed the blood off of you, Israel. I anointed you with oil. I put clothes on you. What type of clothes? Broidered work, badger skin, fine linen, silk. I decked you with ornaments. Uh-oh. Ain't a lot of ornaments going on in this season, y'all? Okay, well, let's see what happens. When the tree gets decked with ornaments and all of this, I put bracelets on your hand, a chain on your neck, and you put that little thing around the Christmas tree. It's like a chain. I put a jewel on your forehead, earrings in your ears, a beautiful crown on your head. And I decked you with silver and gold. Silver and gold. Hey, Israel, listen. And thy raiment was of fine linen, silk, and broidered work. You ate that fine flour, that honey, You was eating on that oil, and you was exceeding beautiful. And you prospered in the kingdom. Okay? And your renown went forth among the heathen for your beauty. Your beauty, it was perfect through my comeliness, which I had put upon thee, said the Lord. But you trusted in your own beauty and played the harlot. You told every man it was his. What's going on here? Did the beauty usher in pride? I'm telling you, y'all, unless the tree is dressed up in this land with silver and gold, people don't recognize it, man. So why didn't nobody recognize Israel when she was out there beat up, lying in the pool of her own blood? They waited till the Lord dressed up, and then they came a running. Talk about back then they didn't want me. Now I got on silver and gold, they all on me. Man, that people like things that sparkle, man. They love things that sparkle. But even the picture of the rappers, man. I be trying to tell the young people, man, like the rapper they ain't doing nothing but make the chain, the slave's chain gold. All they did was make the chain gold, and they will work harder for it. The slaves will work harder for it. They still got chains on. But you put a little shine to the chain and everybody will become a slave. Hmm? Why is it today we love things that are beautiful? We run to the beautiful churches thinking that God got to be there. And let's not forget Revelations 12:9, where it say the devil deceived the whole world. How does the devil deceive the whole world? This is why I'm so cautious in celebrating something with the whole world. Because the devil deceived the whole world. Let's go to Genesis 11:9. You don't even see the whole world coming together to try to find the 500,000 missing children every year. Genesis 11:9. Hold up. Therefore is the name of it called Babel. We're going to talk about Babel in a minute again. Because the Lord did there confound the language of all the earth. All the earth? Yeah, this is why you got to be careful when you see the whole world coming together to do anything. The whole world. The Bible said they all had the same speech. Hmm? The people of all of one language. They're one. And this is what they began to do. Now, I want you to listen closely in this season. Don't the people have one language right now, y'all? They don't see it, though. But on the 26th, that language will change. The irony of this world, they cut down trees to build stores and then set up stores to sell trees. I remember hearing somebody saying that in the spoken word. The irony. You cut down trees to build stores, and then you put up stores to sell trees. The fact that it's called the Christmas spirit should raise our spiritual antennas. Because 1 John chapter 4:1 say, believe not every spirit, but try the spirits. See whether they're of God. And I ran that Christmas spirit through the tester, and it didn't come out right, y'all. Let's go to 2 Corinthians 11:4 since we're talking about spirits. For if he that cometh preacheth another Jesus, who we have not preached, and receive another spirit, Newsflash. If the wrong Jesus is preached, the wrong spirit will follow that preaching. Let me say that again. If the wrong Jesus is preached, the wrong spirit will always follow behind that preaching. Let's go to Acts 3:5 since we're talking about silver and gold. Peter said, silver and gold I don't have, but such as I have, I give to thee. In the name of Jesus Christ of Nazareth, rise and walk. Peter said, silver and gold I don't have, but faith I do. That's the same thing in his hour. I ain't got no silver and gold, but I got faith. I don't have no silver and gold. I'm just like Peter, but I got faith. Okay. If we continue to verse 7, what happened? He took him by the hand. He lifted him up on his feet. His bones received strength. The people saw him praising God because he sat for a long time for alms at the gate called Beautiful at the temple. Do you know that the Jews, they had temples and the gate was called Beautiful? And then we have Jesus Christ who came with no outward beauty to draw people unto him. Newsflash, the Jews was living totally opposite from Christ. Totally opposite. Their gates said beautiful. They called the gates beautiful. Christ came with no outward beauty, and Christ is the door. He is the gate. Ain't that something? So we started this live out by showing you that this world lives backwards from God. And now we're showing you how the Jews was moving backwards and opposite of Christ. No matter how beautiful the Jews' gate was, y'all, leading to that temple, it couldn't heal anyone. Just like no one would be healed by the outward beauty and facade of this Christmas festivity. What is the odds that Santa and Satan had the same exact letters? What's the odd? When Christ was born, who received gifts? Well, we know Christ was a gift unto this world. Yeah. For God so loved the world, he sent his only begotten son. Whoever believeth in him shall not perish but have everlasting life. The wise men brought gifts to Christ. Or presents, if you would say. Because people are asked, how can I give a God who has all things a gift? The Bible says, present your bodies. Present your bodies as living sacrifice, holy and acceptable to the Lord. Present your whole, and don't let people convince you to use 10% of your brain. Give your whole mind to God. Because if they can convince you that you only use 10% of your brain and hold you to a 10% tithe, you only give God 10% of your life, which is what people do. Okay, 6 days of the week, they do what they want to do. Then Sunday roll around, they open up their Bible for 10 minutes. Because Pastor said, go to Leviticus. He said, go to Luke. He said, go to John. Okay, they give them that 10%. They give them 10% of tithe, they mind, they strength. He want the whole thing. Does that appall you that he want the whole thing? Does that hurt you? Matthew 2 and 11. Matthew 2 and 11. And when they were coming to the house, they saw the young child with Mary, his mother, and fell down and worshipped him. And when they had opened their treasures, they present unto him gifts, gold, frankincense, and myrrh. I like that, myrrh. Myrrh. Now, Mary, Joseph, Jesus was lacking. Were they not? In the manger? Lacking a proper place of rest and certain amenities for survival. Can you think of anybody in your city that's lacking like that in that same way? Those with nothing. And now we see those with nothing being given the necessary things needed to survive. A true Christmas will be for everyone who has wealth. And wealth, a lot of times, just mean having a little bit more than what you need, okay? Shower those who have nothing. Go out and dump everything to those who have nothing so everybody can be on an even plane. That car in your garage. Let's get that thing started, jump started, so we can give it to a family that's been living up under that bridge for a year. Come on. People don't understand what I'm saying right now, y'all. They don't even get it. But this would instantly break the intricate system your government has created. And when I say government, it's really the collective thoughts of everybody. People think government is just to the Senate, Congress, and your president standing up behind the podium like he got wooden legs. Your government is your people that's walking around. All right? Because people out here trying to dictate the future, the path of life, okay? And then if you don't go with their path of life in their lives, they weed you out. So go ahead and weed me out. Because the true gardener going to come and separate the wheat from the tares anyway. He going to burn up the weeds and he going to put the wheat in his barn. So instead, y'all, it has become a season of greed. What? This Christmas season. Lust. Covetousness. A season where we express our love by buying crap. Yeah, I said crap. Why is it crap? Because even if you leave a mansion that has a fountain outside, grass that you cut with scissors and all that, if you leave that mansion for like a year and come back, it's going to be overgrown with weeds. It's going to deteriorate, rust. So it shows you exactly what it was this entire time. Everything is dying. Okay, here we go. Let's go to Luke 2 and 7. 2 and 7. And she brought forth her firstborn son and wrapped him in swaddling clothes and laid him in a manger because there was no room for them in the inn. Christ separated the sheep and goat, and he told the sheep, when I was destitute, you did these things unto me. Well, he told him, when you did it to the least, you did it unto me. Okay? So this season, in essence, if you want to do it right, it shouldn't be about I get you a Rolex and you get me a Ferrari. It should be let's get everything we can together to go and shower somebody who has nothing. Because a lot of people like to say, oh, they should just get up and work. They should just do this and do that. You don't know people's situation. And you don't know that if you do shower them, that they may get confidence back again. Come on now. We know that confidence is a thing. If a person has been walking around with the same clothes on for like a month, their confidence has probably dropped. You know the difference between a man, to all the fellas in here, right? Ain't there a difference, like if you don't go and get a haircut for like a month and a half and then you finally get that haircut, that confidence that you start to feel? See, man, we got to break this thing down to, come on, man. We got to break this thing down, man. And then we got people who flaunt giving things in this hour, right? You got people who hand out all these turkeys and stuff like that as if they're doing tax write-offs, right? Let's see. Let's get this video real quick. We had already showed a video where Jim Jones was mad because he had to hand out turkeys. How you get mad because you got to hand out turkeys? He out there mad, smoking weed and handing out turkeys, but he got a look on his face that's just straight up mad, like because he got to be out there. They don't be want to do it. Then you got this dude right here, who they claim to be one of the top weed smokers, but he never smoked weed before, y'all. I don't care how much he did that video with Casanat or whatever like that. This man don't smoke no weed, man. He don't drink liquor. He don't smoke weed. They're magicians. I saw him in the car getting high, though, man. He had to be smoking. No, he wasn't. And then it's supposed to be a shirt with marijuana on it. He's supposed to be giving out turkeys and stuff for Christmas and all that. But then he has a depiction of what's supposed to be Mary Jane, marijuana. These people, man. It's going to come a time, man. He who ceased from sin suffers in the flesh. It's a suffering thing, man. To see that these people are so captivated by this, man. How? I can't say how because I once was too as well. So I can't say how. I just ask how long. It's like the souls under the altar. They're saying, how long, Lord? How long we got to put up with this, man?
I thought we were going to have to wait for him for the Christmas celebration, but he's with us now. And so without any further ado, so we can get this thing going, we want to, our treasurer Wanda Brown is here. I wanted to recognize her. And the man of the hour, Snoop Doggy Dogg. Thank you, Snoop.
Good morning, Inglewood. First of all, give a shout out to all the seniors over there. They look so beautiful, especially the beautiful ladies over there. Still looking 19.
Look, he always got to keep up the so-called pimp persona. Man, just hand out the turkeys. I want to thank everybody for the beautiful women over there, man. You know, man, that's what irks me about these people. Ice Cube always got to play gangster until he got exposed and started so-called going against the system. Damage control, that's all they was doing with Ice Cube. Damage control. He ain't no gangster. These people, man. It's these people.
I was late today because me and Santa Claus I was talking to Santa Claus about a Christmas special. And I said, Santa, I got to get to Inglewood to pass out these turkeys. He was like, well, hold on. I said, well, hold on, Santa. I got people out there waiting on me. So I'm happy I'm here. Inglewood, y'all know I love y'all. This is my second home.
These are some vicious people. This is the same man that put on the church robe and made a church album. And all the Christians like, yeah, we got Snoop on our side. What do you mean you have Snoop on your side? That... I'm a composer, y'all. I'm going to keep it composed. See, this world is weird to me. You see this right here, how this man got his hand in front of this other man? He's blocking people. Y'all get back. He's someone's... He ain't... What do you mean? Oh, man. I don't get it. All right, let's proceed, man. Because I don't get it. I just don't, man. My bad, y'all. I don't get it. This word is weird. I'm going to just say that. So Santa, right? Santa has the same letters as Satan. And Santa makes a descent into the lake of fire, or a descent down your chimney to your fireplace. Does he not? He does. Santa makes a descent down your chimney to the lake of fire, which represents Satan being thrown into the lake of fire. Mm-mm-mm. And this is why they didn't want my channel to be catered towards children, because they don't want children to even get a whiff of this. You know what I'm saying? They have to program the child. So they don't want them to get a whiff of this, man. You see that right there? See that? What he doing? Is his boots on fire? Ain't his boot smoking? Hmm? Like, he got to be one brave person to come down the chimney. Right? Why he ain't come through your back door? Why he ain't come on your patio? Do apartments have chimneys? This is weird. Revelations 20 and 10. Let me flip in my Bible. And pardon me, I got to flip with one hand here while I hold this here phone, but it's okay. Take our time with it. Revelations 20 and 10. The devil that deceived them was cast into the lake of fire and brimstone, where the beast and the false prophet are, and shall be tormented day and night forever and ever. And this demonic figure entering the house is in correlation to what? Matthew 12 and 44. Then the evil spirit said, I will return into my house from whence I came out. Remember, he said, if you get an evil spirit cast out of you and you let him back in, that evil spirit said, I'm going to return back into the house from whence I came. It's amazing how we have gates and security systems to prevent entry in our literal houses, but this Satan character has free reign into all households. What is that teaching, man? Think about it. What is that teaching your child spiritually? And we wonder why home invasion crimes are so high. Remember we pulled it up in one of the lives? It said 1.2 million home invasion crimes and all of that. Because you programmed them. Satan can do it, or Santa, right? Santa said it was okay. He showed that it was okay. Hold up. Hold up. Fake Christian Ricky Smiley. You've been on my radar for a while, Ricky. Ricky, you've been on my radar for a while, Ricky. Yeah. The sorority guru. Fake Christian. He showed the true intent of Santa in that movie, right? He showed you how Santa came to steal. See him with the sandwich in his hand? He come to steal. This Joker. Let's go here. This is what I never really realized, right? Or I never grasped the true meaning. Santa's sleigh don't run off no gas. Santa's sleigh is not electric powered. Why don't he give all of us sleighs for Christmas? So he got a one-of-a-kind magical sleigh, right? But he bring you hand-me-down tangible gifts to your house. Give me a sleigh, Joker. You want to know why I'm telling you to give me a sleigh, Joker? You want to know why? All right, I'm going to show you why. I'll show you. Oh. Is that gas prices in the 70s? 48 cents. Wait. Interesting. Is that gas prices? What? 54 cents. What? Well, let's go to 2024 then. Ah. Oh, 2024. Whoa. Now you see why I want one of them slaves you got that don't run off of no gas. You understand me? See, people hurting in so many ways. And this is what man love to do. In the areas that they hurting, they don't want to talk about them areas. And that's what this delusion is meant to do. It's meant to have you to sweep a lot of stuff under the rug, man. Man is hurting and being affected in ways they don't even realize. And don't you find it interesting? Santa got one outfit. That Joe got one outfit. But want to feed your desire to have 1,000. He ain't got but one outfit. The Christmas celebration and all that is built upon a lie, y'all. Because it's a false celebration. Even when they celebrate in the book of Revelations, keep reading to verse 11. Their celebration gonna get cut short when the two witnesses rise. We read it. They said, the two witnesses are dead. Yay, let's be merry and send gifts one to another. Then got cut short. When they what? When they rose. Today, I interrupt the false celebration. Okay? The devil is the father of lies. That means he know how to lie with a lie. He put lies on top of lies. One thing I know is that I used to be a compulsive liar. And the thing about lies is you have to lie to cover up a lie. It's built upon a lie, y'all. What did Colossians chapter 3 tell us? It told us something very wonderful. It says, lie not one to another. But Santa said, lie not one to another. But I want my child to be happy. Lie not one to another. But everybody else doing it, lie not. You know, I used to see people with these WWJD chains on. Y'all remember that? The WWJD chains. Let me see if they cause I ain't seen too many people with them like that. But like back in the days, I think that they was like real big. WWJD, which was what would Jesus do? Would Jesus preach and tell you to big up Satan, Santa? Would Jesus preach and tell you anything that the so-called Christmas season is telling you to do? We're going to go into some things that Jesus told you to do in remembrance of him. And we're going to go into some aspects of how do you give something to a God who has all things. We just went to that portion. How do you give something to a God who has all things? You give your whole entire being. The souls is already his. What he wants us to do is come into an agreement for him to utilize us as a vessel of honor. That in our whole being, though. Okay? And what did he say do in remembrance of him? Suffer. I know a lot of jokers with suits on who paying their children way through college with preaching that word. They ain't gonna say none of that. Not today. They're gonna get a lot of money because they're gonna put on a Christmas play. They're gonna put that tree up there, put on that Christmas play, and you're gonna pour into their pockets. It's not whether you're naughty or nice. It's whether you holy or unholy, man. Why do you say that, Bag? Because holiness is deeper than being nice. You got people in this world who will be nice to you all day. They don't love you at all. And holiness is attached to true love. Is that the truth or a lie? You got people who will be nice to you all the time and don't like you one bit. So holiness is deeper than nice. It ain't milk and cookies we looking forward to. It's bread and wine. And the milk and cookies is there to distract you from the bread and wine. Just like the Big Bang was put out to distract you from God creating all things when he said, let there be. And every time you see big deceptions like this, you got to know it's some so-called spiritual priests that are always involved. They always got their hand in it. I'm here to tell you, there's so many people with their hands in this Christmas thing. It's so many tentacles to this octopus. We talking about witches, warlocks, priests, Germanic heads, druid fluid. We talking about so many people got their hand, corporations on top of corporations, everybody in on it. And you can hate me. But if you want to enter them gates, you got to love me. It ain't milk and cookies, it's bread and wine, y'all. And it's a shame that people can't see Christ being hung up right before their eyes in their own land. It's a shame. Let's talk about gifts, okay? They worry about the bow in the box. I'm worried about the bow in the clouds. Let's go to Matthew 5 and 24. Matthew 5 and 24. Leave your gift at the altar. Interesting. And go your way and first be reconciled to your brother and then come and offer your gift. What that mean? The giving of a gift means nothing if your heart ain't in the right place. Just like we just showed you, Snoop Dogg handing out turkeys with a Mary Jane shirt on. Gifts also pervert judgment. They pervert judgment. And a lot of pastors won't preach this way because the Christmas money be hitting hard. I told y'all that. They got bills to pay, man. That Christmas money be hitting hard. It hit hard for a lot of people. What I mean by hit hard is it comes in abundance. I got worked to death this last week. Literally. I'm still standing. I'm surprised I'm still standing, man. Man, I got worked to the bone, man. Why? Because I work in retail. We couldn't bring the product in fast enough. It's flying off the shelf. Now, I'm not saying that people aren't supposed to buy things after they've worked hard. I'm not saying that. I'm saying let's put this Christmas spirit under the magnifying glass so we can see what it's really made of. That's what I'm saying. Exodus 23 and 8. You shall take no gift, for the gift will blind the wise and pervert the words of the righteous. Man, look, this is what I believe happened to a lot of speakers. They got showered with so much gifts, it perverted the words that came out their mouth. You see it all the time. A lot of times pastors will cater their message to whoever paying them the most. Let's say they got one tithe payer. It kind of reminds me of when Jake's let old boy put his hand on him and and he started shaking and stuff like that, and he let him come into church and give him $1 million and stuff, and $1 million check. When people start to shower us with these things, y'all, it will blind us and pervert the words that come out of our mouth. But when you don't care, right? If after you done, if you receive a penny from anyone, but rather God say, I am well pleased with how you stood in the truth and what you said, then no one can pervert you with gifts and bribes. I believe we live in a land where about 90% of everyone in this land can be bought with a dollar amount. And what I mean by that is someone can slap a check in front of your face, and depending on that number, you will do whatever they tell you to do, even if it means to defy God. I believe 90% of this land, slap that check up there in front of them, they going. They going. Let it have enough zeros. They going. And they ain't going to look back. They're not looking back. Okay? Like I said, pastors got bills to pay, man. They ain't gonna open their mouth concerning these things, man. Got bills to pay. And the world patiently waits for Christmas, man. I mean, in the store, they had us setting Christmas stuff out 2 months in advance. How do you set Christmas stuff out 2 months in advance? People hadn't even cooked their Thanksgiving meal. And they was saying Christmas stuff out a month before that. They patiently waiting. They patiently wait on Christmas, but then they rush God. Let me show you how people rush God. Oh Lord, I heard about your word. I heard that you're good from others. I want to follow you. I just put in a job application 2 days ago. Nah. If you God, you said ask and I receive. If you God the way you say you God, let me get that job by Friday. And if I get it, I'll worship you. You see them? Mm, mm. Tell me, man, don't do it. At Mount Sinai, they was impatient, y'all. What? Moses taking too long, they said. And they had a celebration just like Christmas, didn't they? Because they were too patient. See, true gifts were never materialistic. They were never meant to be materialistic. The book of Ephesians chapter 4 talk about the spiritual gifts that do what? Perfect the saints. They're not tangible. They're not diamond rings, cute little puppies and all that. You know what I'm saying? And when I realized that nobody knows what day it is because they've changed the times, you know how many calendars we went through? The Julian calendar, the Gregorian calendar, and all kinds of calendar. They had to take out days and put days in. You got daylight saving. You got to dial your clock back. You got to dial it forward. How y'all? So y'all, do you want me to believe that we are people? Men put their boxes on backwards a lot of times. People lose their car keys and stuff, but you want me to think that y'all have kept up with the time? Okay. No, nobody know what day it is. Which is why no man would know the day or the hour. You ain't gonna know the day or the hour. And even if you think you got it right, you in the wrong day. And also you won't know the day or the hour because the coming of the Lord is tied in with your death. You witness body, and no man knows that day or the hour that will happen. Not one. So you got all these calendars, man. You know, let's go to Isaiah 14. Like I told you, we're going to chip at this thing a little bit at a time here. Isaiah 14, if you're just not coming in, God bless you in your household, your family, okay? How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which did weaken the nations? For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into the heaven, I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. I will sit upon the mount at the top of the congregation in the sides of the north. Where does Santa come from? The North Pole. The Bible tell you that Satan has a seat. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. Yet you shall be brought down to hell, that lake of fire, that fireplace down that chimney, to the sides of the pit. Interesting. Where did the devil try to deal with Christ in the wilderness? At the top of the temple, or the pinnacle, or the temple? The top of the mountain, which represent both what? Exaltation. You see? Now, here we go. Let's go back to that Christmas tree. Let's go back to that Christmas tree. Mm-hmm. Can I get a Christmas tree with a star on it? Okay. See, also your pentagram. Matter of fact, my fault. Let's go here first. The area view of the Pentagon. Star. You see it? Pentagon, right? And when we look at the tree and the star, is this a star that you see in the sky at night? Or what is that? What is that? What is that? I'll show you what it is. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Oh, that ain't what I want. That ain't what I want. Do what I want right here. Did what I want right here. Why he got that star in his head? Hmm? Why he got that star in his head? Like a pentagon? Pentagram? What are they doing? Why they got stars that look just like that on Hollywood Boulevard? Is that star the same thing you see when you look up at night? Matter of fact, I ain't seen no star when I look up at night in a long time because I'm surrounded by smog. They say, Bag, you can't look up and see no stars because there's so much smog and stuff in the air. I'm like, I don't know about that. But I haven't seen no star in a long time when I look up at night. Long time. But when I was young in the country, I used to look up in the sky look like diamond, like glass. Stars everywhere. Man, I ain't seen no stars since I got to Texas. And it's supposed to be the long star state. Did you? I got all day. I haven't. For real. So what are those things, man? Pentagrams, right? Hold up. When the Bible say every knee shall bow and every tongue shall confess, it wasn't talking about every knee bowing at a Christmas tree. See how he on his knees in his Wrangler jeans? Hmm? You see how he on his knees in his Wrangler jeans? Huh? When they say every knee gonna bow, it's not talking about bowing at a Christmas tree. Or is it? Is it? Is it? Hmm? Is it? Let me know. Okay. It's not what it's talking about. It's not what it's talking about. Amen. The proof that Santa has visited you is what? You got a Christmas tree full of gifts. That's the proof that Santa has visited. And maybe cookie crumbs left in the plate. Right? Just like they preach, it's proof that God is with me. Look at my worldly abundance. That ain't proof of nothing. Let's talk about that wreath. What is a wreath? Hmm? Talk about that wreath. They say it symbolizes eternal life. Why? Because it's a continual cycle. Zip, zip, that never stops. Zip, zip, zip. Okay, continual. They say it symbolizes continual life. The berries on it, they say represents the blood of Christ. When they got berries and red flowers, represents the blood of Christ. Okay, this is what they say, right? And it says a remembrance of those who have died. What did Christ say doing remembrance of him? Suffer. Hmm? And a lot of times when you suffer, you're going to go against the status quo. Children picked on in school, they suffer because they are the oddballs. They go against the status quo. Okay? This thing has Roman ties. This wreath, Roman ties, crown of thorns. We have no king but Caesar. How you spell Laurel? I don't know. I'm going to get it close to it. Okay? I'm going to get close to it. Now, I want y'all to understand this right here. Everybody out here is not serving the true and living God. They're serving money. For instance, see the crown laurel wreath, which he has displayed behind him in big fashion. We have no king but Caesar. They still continue to preach. That's what's in their heart. We have no king but Caesar. Oh, okay. Let's go here. Let's go here. Mm-hmm. Okay. Let's go here really quick, Kevin. That boy got that music. Where we gonna go on this in this video? Let's go here. Did you see that? See, people don't be catching these things. When he said dancing for the King of Kings, what did he show? The same crown Laurel Wreath. But he didn't mean that back. Okay, let's show it again. They think it's a game, though. They think it's a game. Remember, I'm telling you, they don't worship Christ. They worship Caesar. Holiday, holly trees. Witches' wands were made out of Hollywood. They created Hollywood, right? Which is an entertainment industry that gives you signs and wonders. And a lot of Hollywood and a lot of your radio stations and all, they magnify Santa and give Santa his power. And makes him appear what? Greater than life. Let's go here. Let's go here. I think I'm on the wrong thing here. God bless you if you're just not coming in. All right. Is Christmas magical? Yes, many people consider Christmas to be a magical time of year. But why? Because it's a time to be generous. That's why it's magical. It's a time to be kind and think of others. That's why it's magical, they say. It's a time to pause and reflect and spend quality time with loved ones. That's why it's magical. The true magic of Christmas is the light of Jesus coming into the world as a child. That's not magic. What do you mean by the true magic of Christmas is Jesus coming to the world as a child? What do you mean by that? For some reason, Christmas is a season filled with supernatural goings on. Ghosts, witches, magic, and especially monsters. What? And I'm trying to tell people that this Christmas season, they do more magic and witchcraft than Halloween. And people say, how could that be so? It is. See, Christ does not deal in magic. Though some people may try to convince you, man, Christ was using magic to give people brand new legs. No, he wasn't. Why is man mixing them? Why are they mixing Christ and magic? Huh? Why? Okay, let's continue. Which is why still in this hour, with all this gift giving, you got men saying men look magically delicious still. You got women saying women look magically delicious still. With all this gift giving. What does the Bible say about magic? 2 Kings 21:6. And he made his sons pass through the fire, and observed times, and used enchantments, and dealt with familiar spirits and wizards. He wrought much wickedness in the sight of the Lord to provoke him to anger. Acts 19:19. Okay. Many of them also which used curious arts, magic, they brought their books together and burned them before all men. Remember they burnt their magic books when the people of God came through and told them the truth, and they began to burn their magic books. Wonderful time in the word right there. That's Acts chapter 19, verse 19, if you want to go and read that. Let's move on to Isaiah 47. We're going to burn up the magic books again today. Stand now with your enchantments. Stand with your sorceries, wherein you have labored from your youth. See if they will be able to profit you, or if you will prevail. You got your multitude of counselors. Let your astrologers, your stargazers, your monthly prognosticators, let them stand up and save you from all the things that will come upon you. Let them save you. Matter of fact, let Santa save you from the fire that is to come. I mean, you say you can write the list and Santa give it to you, right? Well, write a list on your list that you want an escape from what's finna come on this world. Write that on your list. Santa, I would like for you to give me an escape route for what's about to come onto this world. You won't get it. I read in Exodus where Moses and Aaron went against magicians. Now, if God uses magic, why did he go against magicians? It don't make no sense. They teach you to fall in love with magic at a young age in this world. Magic School Bus, Magic Johnson, Lakers. And that was a slap in your face because he got AIDS and his name is Magic Johnson. They sit back and just laugh at people all day. They believed magic, the Magic Johnson. They believed it. Do genies use magic? Yeah, they sure do. Does a genie use magic? Sure do. Once you see God as a genie, you've made yourself a god at that point. Let's go here. Once you see God as a genie, you've made yourself a god. Mm-hmm. Where we at? My videos are buried so deep in the so-called algorithm, it takes me a hard time to find them. They bury so deep in the algorithm. It takes me a long time to pull it. I gotta type in the whole entire name. All right, let's get here.
10 million in tens. You want any fives with that?
What is your name?
What's your name, man? You called us. Why you want to know my name?
Here's the thing about wishes. The more you have, the more you want.
Who says you can't make things better?
You can't play God, son. I wish I was a little bit taller. I wish I was a baller. I wish I had a girl who looked good. I would call.
I wish I was a little bit taller. I wish I was a baller. Remember the Bible say, how can you worry about even the hairs on your head? How can a man change his stature? But what the world come behind and say, nah, man, I wish I was taller. I wish I was all these things. No, I wish. You know what I'm saying? And then I had a brother tell me, Paul said, I wish that you all were this and that in the Bible. That's different from making wishes, man. People smart, man. They done got so smart out here. It's detrimental to them.
I wish I could hear you say my name. I wish we could do it all again. Hey, get off the stage, man. I wish that I could hold you now.
I wish.
I wish that I could touch you now.
I wish.
Yeah, the club's coming up. Don't hurt me now. When you wish upon a star, your dreams come true.
When you wish upon a star, your dreams come true. Anybody in here wish upon a star? Let's get that clarified before we move on. Anybody in here wish upon a star? Do you teach your children to wish upon stars? Anybody? So then you get here, right? And you notice that they all have to do the magic songs. You must. You must. Hmm? Okay? You must. You must. They all got everybody. They gotta do it. B.O.B. Magic. Bruno Mars. 24K magic. Okay? Everybody, you got to. Can't get around it, man. Remember they were saying, voila, magic. That's what they're doing. They all doing it. All of them. All the way down. Keep going. You can keep going all the way through it. You're going to see all of them. They got to. Okay? So, almost 30% of all Christmas holiday shoppers go into debt with a plan to pay the debt back with their tax returns. According to the Bible, we don't go into debt showing love, but rather we owe no man nothing but to love them. Like I said, if Santa is the giver of all gifts, can you ask Santa for a gift of the Spirit? No. No. Which leads me to Mariah Carey. which leads me to Mariah Carey. Oh, man. Yep. Who would have known? Who would have known Santa got dance moves and he could pay things with credit cards? Who would have known? This is just an ad. This is an ad before the video. Go ahead.
What's in your wallet?
What's in your wallet? Well, I think they figured out what was in everybody's wallet this year. They emptied out all the wallets. I think they did, man. Uh-oh. Oh, it's magical. You see how she's mesmerized? You see the magic? Look at her eyes. Look at the eyes. The magic.
On one lot for Christmas.
Ooh, mesmerized. You see that? Let me go back. Look how that thing came in. Look how that song come in. Woo! See, this is the thing. I'm glad that God helped me to music and how certain tones and vibrations behind music put people in certain moods. And also, music is used to hypnotize at times too as well. Why you think Biggie was saying, my words hypnotize you? Man, he said it. She hypnotized by my words. Yeah, man.
I don't want a lot for Christmas.
That baby in a trance, man. Leave that baby alone, man. Hold on. Let's go down a little bit here. Mariah Carey, how old? 55? Okay. Mariah Carey is 55. All right. Let's see. Let's see what they got going on here. She 55, right? Wait. What's she doing? Wait. She 55? They need to stop playing. What is she doing? What's she doing? What is Mariah Carey doing right there? 55 years old. Once they put you on that stage, you can't stop. Can't stop, won't stop. The stage. Let's go to a graph. I don't know what Mariah Carey was doing right there. Let's go to a graph. Look at this. Netherlands, Austria, Luxembourg. Who's in the most debt? USA. Wow. Who's in the most debt? USA. But this was 2016. It doesn't change. It's just that the numbers get greater. That's about it. It's the same. Even though this is a 2016 graph. Okay. Let's go to this right here. What more can I? What Mariah say? What more can I do? Pray. What more can I do? Pray. The prayers of the righteous availeth much. But you know, bad cannot win. I'm not looking to win. But if I was looking to win, how can I go against Mariah Carey, man? I will lose instantly. It is Mariah, man. Man, get out of here. Let's keep going. Where we at? Ah, right here. Ah.
The HIV virus that I have attained, I will have to retire from the Lakers today. I just want to make clear, first of all, that I do not have the AIDS disease.
Stop lying. Want to play an instrument? Musician? The easiest way to learn.
Hey, that's crazy. Because you know what he was doing right here, y'all?
You know, let me ask you.
He was getting paid. Look at that face. Man, these people on this stage, man, they play so well. But a lot of them don't have no fear of God. I remember somebody came to me and said, let's fool the audience so we can get paid. No. Who you think I am? Because people play. Look at that face. And this is what they learned. The more you get on the stage and just play with the people spiritually, emotionally, mentally, play on them, pull them like the strings of a guitar, you'll get paid. You don't have to be who you profess to be. You could be fake as all get out. When you hit that stage, be willing to play and play hard. Play ball now. This is the face of somebody who play ball. And he was promoting, he wasn't taking them supplements for no HIV, AIDS, HIV. No, he was a promoter of them. They paid him. He was a spokesperson for them supplements, man.
It's because I want to dispel the myths around Magic Johnson and HIV. And you could correct it. Okay. Now, here are some of them. The reason why you've been able to be so healthy, people believe you actually flew to Africa and found some medication that actually cured you. Mm-hmm. Is that true?
No.
Okay.
I am not on any magical drugs. The same 30 drugs that are available to everybody else, I'm on 3 of those drugs.
Stop lying.
Mm-hmm. So I'm on the cocktail, like a lot of people are on the cocktail. That's 3 drugs combined, once a day, dinner time. I want to get rid of that myth because it was 2 things. He don't have it anymore. Yes, I do. It's just laying sleep in my body because the drugs are suppressing it and keeping it.
I do not have the AIDS disease.
He don't have it anymore. Yes, I do.
I do not have the AIDS disease.
Yes, I do.
You ain't got to lie, Craig. You ain't got to lie.
Ain't nobody lying.
sine wave, swinging through the stars. Take a left at human testing. Take your second right back, Mars. On the magic scuba. It looks magically delicious.
They moved the NBA to Walt Disney to harness that magic. Yeah, I remember around the time of the COVID thing, they moved the NBA to Walt Disney, the most magical place ever. You want to know why they did that? We talked about it already. Those who didn't hear it, the Lord will give it to you.
Right, because this, otherwise, you look at the book, right, it breaks that whole, like, this is like magical.
Yeah, you don't want to break the magic. This is like magic. Yeah, you don't want to break the magic.
Neverland is
You don't want to break the magic. You don't want to break the magic. That's what it's about, okay? You don't want to break that magic, man. You got to keep it going. You don't want to break it. What about them elves, though? What are elves? Because we hear about Santa, we hear about the reindeers, we hear about elves. What is an elf in mythology? What are elves? Okay. They are supernatural beings that originated in European folklore and Germanic mythology. See, the Germans have a lot of influence on this land. European, all that, right? And what I was trying to explain to y'all was that the Germans make most of your roller coaster rides. Okay, this is why they had the roller coasters at the beginning of the movie Us. And this is why the word Germany got germ in it. And you see that once the president sat in the seat in the United States who got German ties and a German family, he germed you. Did you? Got all day. Okay. The German ties, man, the elves in the workshop. Hold on. All right. So here we go. They say they got light elves and dark elves, meaning that they got good elves and bad elves. No such thing. The same way they try to convince you that there's good witches and bad witches, or that you can be a Christian witch. These people lying, man. They all lying. Hold up. Let's see. Let's do it like this. Where we at? Let's get an image right now. Remember I was telling y'all that we are also symbolic of the elves in the workshop. We are in the workshop. A lot of us got to work, what, 50 hours a week just to make ends meet? So we're subsequently seen as the worker elves in the workshop, the workshop being plantations, man. Go look at a German Christmas tree. Let's see. German. Well, should I say pyramid? And when I saw this a while back, it got me thinking strictly about the Tower of Babel. It got me thinking about it. I'm like, okay, why does this look so weird, right? Hold up. I'm like, why do people thirst after German-made cars here in the U.S.? Why does Germany have so much influence? Why you ain't nobody until you driving in a German-made car, right? Got to thinking about all these things at the same time, right? And this right here was how I believe the tower looked. And this is a sandcastle straight out of Germany. How would who would have such a depiction of something like this? Who would have this? Who knows of some type of structure like this where the wealthy was living at the top? It's the same thing when you go to go to Trump Tower right now. Go to your skyscraping hotels. The higher you go up, you get that good room at the top, don't you? It's at the top. Where the less well off were at the bottom. I believe that they had an intricate elevator system in this thing, which was powered by some slaves. Yeah. Yeah. That's it. You looking at it right there. And what is the new tower that they're building, bag? It's AI. It's artificial intelligence. It's algorithm. Yeah, come online and thumbs up a video and get the algorithm booming so we can build this thing together. You don't even know what you're building. You have no idea what you're building. You don't know. Gingerbread started in Germany. The building of the gingerbread. The North, if you would say. The North. Gingerbread may have originated in China, okay? It is then used in ancient Greece and eventually found its way to Europe. So, spiritually, people spiritually as a house, they out here looking like gingerbread, man. Spiritually, as a house. But you should look like a fortified fortress, man. Not no gingerbread, man. You should be built up like a fortified fortress unto God. Because when the rains, floods, and everything come through, you ain't got no where your foundation at? Where's it at? Where's the gingerbread foundation at? Many people like gingerbread houses, man. Spiritually. Let's go here.
Dry eyes still feel gritty, rough, or tired? With my bow, eyes...
Yeah, sell me something. Sell me something. Okay? Sell me something. Oh. Collapse. The U.S. is a gingerbread house. Why do I say that? Because the U.S. looks very good and glittery. Edible. How he said, magically delicious. It looked like that on the outside. It do. The U.S. is made up on the outside. But it has no real foundation. It's a gingerbread house. Okay? That's all it is. The aspect of magical reindeers, that only came into effect in the 1800s. I tried to do a video to show people how in the 1700s, like they really started churning the engine in the 1600s and the 1700s. That's when they started to do mass migration of different animals, or the mass moving of different animals. They moved a lot of different animals to different areas. They changed the name of rivers. They redirected rivers. They were very busy. Drained out the Grand Canyon, did all these things. They excavated bones. And the bones of giants that lived in the days of old, and they made up this story called Dinosaurs. Okay? And then you start thinking like, hold up. Didn't y'all have real bones in the dinosaur museums back in the day? What are these bones? These ain't real. Yeah, we just created a replica of what was in the days. Get out of here. And then they eventually came along and gave you the television, video games, and all of that. So I was trying to show you the sequence that these people have been doing because they have to keep revamping your psychological damage. And ho, ho, ho is 666. Don't Santa go around screaming ho, ho, ho? How many letters is between H and O? 6. And then you only have 6 days left remaining in the year after Christmas. The numbers is very important. I'm not nobody who dives deep into numerology and just stays there. But the numbers is right there. Even to the point, you look at this right here. Oh man. Because I believe ho 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 is 666, which is like death. Because when you go to John chapter 6, verse 66, they all walked away from Christ, they died. Operation Ho 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 is the map that he pulled out on Home Alone. It was called Operation Ho Ho Ho. It's the operation to kill, man. Mission kill. So in essence, when I hear Santa walking around saying ho ho ho, kill, kill, kill. How do we kill spiritually? Satan flies through the air, says that the devil is the prince of the air. Why wouldn't Satan be in a dually truck? You get what I'm saying? The same way I asked, why does he come down your chimney? He don't come through your front or back door. Why he don't come through in a dually truck, man? Why he on a sleigh? I don't get it. And then, I thought of that earlier, right? And then it was like, asking you shall receive, right? The dude made a song called Satan Drove a Dually Truck. I was like, what? Or Satan or Santa. Dude had a song called Satan Drove a Dually. And in this live, you may hear me exchange the two words, Satan and Santa, interchangeably or use them interchangeably. It's the same thing. The flaw in seeking God out for the wrong things, it's a flaw when we seek God out for the wrong things, right? Which is like this Christmas celebration, like you got to get to receive. And you can't tell me that somebody won't feel no type of way when you go out and give them a gift for $10 and they spend $1,000 on you. You can't sit there and tell me that people won't feel a type of way. Don't try to convince me. Remember what Christ told the people? He said, y'all basically following me because you saw me multiply the bread and fish. You saw me do these things. But don't come after me for the meat that perisheth. You see what I'm saying? And remember we did the live about the Grinch and how that was written by Dr. Seuss and how Dr. Seuss was a Mason. Okay. And his Cat in the Hat book, and we had broke that whole thing down. I'm not going to really get into more deep into that because I have to hurry because my phone is dying. Phone died quick today. Okay, hold on. So, you see why his hands is like this, right? Dr. Seuss. Oh, that old Mason, right? And then you get to thinking about it. The Grinch, he did all that. Grinch. Green eggs and ham. And remember we talked about the green eggs and ham event. I will not eat green eggs and ham, Sam I am. But then eventually he ate it. The same person who wrote that showed you a Grinch who hated Christmas, but in the end celebrated it. So what is this Dr. Seuss character really trying to portray in his books? That at first they did not bow to our will, but eventually they shall. You don't see the message that Dr. Seuss is trying to get across? At first they resisted our will, but in the end, they won't. So they're looking for people who speaking the truth to fold, to break, to bend. And this ain't nothing but a witch hat anyway. This is a witch's hat. Hold up. Mm-hmm. Who was that? What it right here. Be careful about them jokers putting all these witches hats on these children and got that pot and they start brewing that pot. Be careful about them jokers that come to that school, man. We ain't gonna forget about you. You know, witches have a lot of eggs and a lot of fruit. Hey, y'all must got them stamps. Witches keep them stamps on them, man. I'm telling you, man. They got a lot of eggs, man. They got a lot of poultry, too, man.
Put 18 eggs in a bowl, and then you have a whisk, and then you mix the eggs. And then you put 5 drops of green food coloring.
5 drops of blood. Oh, you said food coloring. Okay. Okay. Man, y'all better. I'm telling you, man. A lot of people have already said, man, you just lying, man. You a conspiracy theorist. That's a witch showing them something deeper than you could ever imagine. So sit there and laugh. Kiki, ha, all you want.
And then you mix it again, and then...
So let me ask you this, right? Every time they portray witches in films, cartoon, all that, don't they show them with a cauldron and what's in that cauldron be green? Hold up. Man, we can't even get to everything today because my phone dying. It's okay. What color is it, y'all? What color is what's in their pot? When that lady there with a hat on, dropping little drops in that made look like blood in front of the children, and it was green in that pot. What are they doing? What are they doing? Ain't that green? Ain't that green? Ain't that green? Huh? What is it then? If it ain't green, what is it? What is it? What is it? Man, they better get out of here, man. They better get out of here. Then you get neighbors who frustrated with each other because one got better decorations than the others at their house. Then they be battling like Eddie Murphy and Candy Cane Lane. They be battling against each other like Eddie Murphy and Candy Cane Lane. You know what I'm saying? Eddie Murphy and his magical shirt. They be battling. They be mad because another person got a bigger blow up thing. Man, one person was battling another person across the street. They put a whole big Santa hat covering up their whole roof. I said, ooh, they went all the way in, man. And you want to know who else get paid? And who else know that Christmas money be hitting real hard? CeeLo Green. Him. It's him and the one we talked about earlier. Mariah. Look at him. He know that criminal money be hitting. I'm telling you.
Season is a time
that criminal money be hitting for him.
year round. As part of our Zero Hunger, Zero Waste
But that ain't even the real him.
donated over 1
Crazy, ain't it?
Lots of mistletoe, lots of snow and ice, everywhere we go.
Okay. Everywhere you go, right? And remember, because that's not the real CeeLo. See, this is what I want people to understand. A lot of these people died alone. I know this may be like I'm going in the rabbit hole, but I'm not, man. A lot of these people died a long time ago. Tyson, been dead. Martin Lawrence, been dead. Even the Queen of England was dead a long time before they told you she was dead. Michael was dead a long time before they said he was dead. I can keep going on and on and on. CeeLo, one of them. You want to know when CeeLo died? They put it right in your face. They put it right in your face. And I'm in the live right there. My phone dying.